I'm Paul Clifford. I'm the Engineering Manufacturing Director for Aston Manor. I've been here for 21 years. My responsibility are the three factories, so all operations that happen within the factories, our CapEx investment. I'm also responsible for our functional new product development. The Tiverton factory is one of 3 manufacturing sites within Aston Manor. We do full end-to-end manufacturing of cider and beverages here. So we ferment cider, we filter it here, we blend it into finished packaged products. We bottle into large PET, and we also contract pack for some major customers, major brewers, and we make energy drinks, soft drinks. As a business, we make around 1 million pints a day. At least half of that is made at Tiverton. So the project that we did in support with TEDOM was made up of a few parts, one of which was CHP, stands for Combined Heat and Power. Essentially, it's burning a fuel, in our case that's natural gas, and it converts that through what's essentially a generator into electricity. We also needed to reduce our energy footprint as a whole, so we put in what's called a flash pasteuriser, which dramatically reduced our energy consumption on our canning operation. That allowed us to convert to hot water consumption rather than steam. The 3 things combined delivered the whole reduction of CO2. This site had been running on kerosene, ever since the 1960s when it was first built, which, as we know, is a very high carbon emitting fuel. We used to burn through roughly 60,000 litres a month of that. And of course, that had to be delivered by lorries. And we also had a mandate and agreement with the Environment Agency that we would remove kerosene from this factory. We explored over a good 18-month period various means of trying to address the problems, including geothermal energy. We looked at solar, we looked at electrical steam generation. Many of them are very, very, very good at delivering carbon savings, but their financial return on investment was way too long. We do have to be careful within our business to ensure that we're not investing and losing sight of our bottom line. The beauty of CHP was that we were able to prove that we could get to the same carbon savings as we had with alternative solutions, but most importantly, with a much more competitive rate of financial return. If I go right back to the very beginning, what TEDOM did, which was absolutely brilliant and what set them aside from the other OEMs that we were in discussion with at the time, was their ability to prove to me, to Aston Manor, that the business case was viable. So we gave TEDOM about 2 years' worth of energy data, including half-hourly electrical meter readings. They converted that into a full model, which showed to me that this was actually a real concept that would deliver real results. So they very importantly gave me the belief at the beginning that it would work. And I guess where we are now is exactly where the theory said it would be, which is quite amazing. Once we got going with them, it was really clear that we'd chosen the right partner. They've got really competent engineers, really good, strong project management, and they care. It's a small team that actually cares about things. And we really felt like we were the most important project they had on that year, which I'm sure they had plenty of other projects going on, but it's important when you're the customer that that's how you feel. So we always felt like we were absolute number one priority. TEDOM did a full turnkey project for us on the CHP side, which not only included the CHP plant itself, but the civil works to get our old boiler house ready for the installation. They did the gas main into the energy centre, all the way from the town centre, the hot water distribution pumping system to our buffer reservoir. They did all the electrical work, they did all the civil works, removal of old plinths associated with the old equipment, the old boilers, excavation of the ground to install the gas main on site, new drainage and new plinths to support the new equipment, one of which included a new plinth for the brand new flue which they put up for us, which actually is half the height of the old one. So again, a better thing for the local environment to have a smaller chimney like that. Impact to Agrial, our parent company, has been a reduction of 0.6% of their total Scope 1, Scope 2 carbon emissions. 22% of our carbon savings is the equivalent to 1,600 family-sized cars being taken off the road for a year. The plant's been operational now for almost a full year. We monitor performance against a business case every single month, so we know that kerosene is finished. There's no kerosene, that's ticked. Our gas consumption is actually fractionally below the forecast amount, which is a tick. Our electricity, we have proven that it's around 80%, and it's delivered that exactly as per the business case. So that's the third tick. Our backup hot water boilers are not being used at all, so another tick. The uptime of the CHP plant has been exceptional since it started. We have an agreement that it can't be down for any longer than a certain number of hours per year, and so far it's delivering against that. I believe as a business, Aston Manor has done its job on this site in already achieving the 2035 horizon commitment for Agrial. What it's done though for Aston Manor is help create a model for us that we now need to go and replicate elsewhere. That doesn't mean to say that we'll be looking at CHP or an exact equivalent of what we've done here, but it shows what we can do by thinking a bit laterally, working with really competent suppliers like TEDOM. The complete project has delivered a 52% reduction in our carbon emissions, of which the CHP was responsible for 22% of that. And the rest of that came from our reduction program with flash partialisation and the conversion to hot water. I think we've proven to the industry that we can successfully run beverage factories without the use of steam, and therefore combined with CHP, it's actually a very good means of reducing the site's energy and carbon footprint, but whilst also having a, very importantly, a financial benefit to it.